Hello and welcome to the Inner Gamer. We are live on Twitch. Say hello, everybody. My name is Brayton Oski.
I'm Austin Morales.
I'm Devin Duree.
I'm JP Levin.
Awesome.
JB, thanks for joining us on the stream.
Thanks for having me.
The second ever discussion topic stream that we've started.
We are live
Cool.
right now on the interwebs. It's really crazy. It's gonna
The world
blow
is
your
judging us.
mind.
We're using this thing called the internet.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep it together.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's all we want. So anyway, today we're gonna have a discussion topic, and in this discussion topic, we want to talk about PC gaming, specifically the rise in PC gaming and what that means for the industry.
Yeah.
So, first thing I want to talk about is who here is a PC gamer? Awesome.
Okay, so the two of them.
Yeah,
Oh, you are too, aren't you?
of course.
Okay,
So
so,
you're the only
I'm the casual. I'm the odd man out.
Yes.
Sorry.
What are you doing here?
It's okay. It just it happens.
Thanks, guys.
And he's done.
So, as you guys know, PC. Well, actually, you may not know this, but a couple years ago, people were saying that PC gaming is dying.
Yep.
Right? It's coming to an end. It's going downhill. Consoles are winning. Things are.
And I've
going
actually,
that way.
I decided for that point exactly, I decided to look at a couple of stats and things that have popped up. And Recode.net says that after a worst year ever, PC sales off to another bad start in 2016. Dell and Lenovo grew their share in the U.S. market at HP's expense. So basically saying that PC sales were terrible in 2015, and it's off to an even worse start in 2016.
Yeah, which makes sense because if you think about it, nobody's buying. Well, gamers aren't buying pre-built PCs from Dell or Lenovo.
Correct.
They're buying from brands like CLX and brands that are.
Well, I mean, they're building their own computers.
Or they're building their own computers, yeah.
Which I think if you're getting into PC gaming, you aren't going to go buy. I feel like if you're
not going to walk into Best Buy
exactly.
and point at the nearest Dell. I want that one.
You're going to do your research.
Yeah.
You're a little more in your head is to the ground more than most. So.
And Alienware is not a thing anymore, which is a good thing.
They're still out
it's
there.
still there, but that's not the one that's like, oh, that's the computer I should be buying.
Right.
It's definitely pre-built, or build your own.
There's yet to be a time when
want
people looked at pre-built PCs and just thought, oh, that is mine.
That is mine.
I mean, when you see a price tag of 1,000 or more, you're kind of like, console?
Yeah.
But it's really fascinating to see what PC gaming has done. And I think that a lot of that lends to the fact that Windows has made their system a lot easier to use. You don't have as many glitches or bugs. And then the invention of Steam.
Yeah.
That's been a huge thing. So what do you guys think about that? Like, were you guys involved with Steam at all, like at the beginning, like early on? Okay.
No.
Austin, were you
Early
using
on
it?
Steam for me when I did have a PC way
yeah,
back in the day. When it was,
only when
sorry to say, but when Steam was garbage.
I was going to say, Steam was garbage at one point.
Was garbage.
Absolute garbage. And
nothing
now
would download.
Yeah.
Every game you tried to start would bug out and glitch and just crash immediately.
It was awful. But now it's good. They figured things out, and it's fantastic, and it's my go-to spot for any kind of game. And what's great is it's not device dependent. Like you get games that are going to be on PlayStation, you get games around Xbox One that are coming to Steam.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And another thing I've noticed is that we don't have as many delayed launches. Like you remember back a couple years ago,
Yeah.
like Grand Theft Auto would come out on the console, which it still does this, but they haven't fixed that yet. But it comes out on the console, then like a year and a half later,
Yeah.
they drop it on the PC.
Yeah.
But
And the PC community would just be raging. I can remember specifically you and me were playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
And some of our friends who we know are PC people like, yeah, y'all have fun. We can't play this shit for another like
Right.
8 months.
Yeah.
And I can get why that's like, I don't want to say infuriating, but definitely annoying. But you're seeing less and less of that now. Like
Yeah.
the PC games are coming out with the console releases.
like a great example I have is like Dark Souls 3. Like that came out simultaneously with
Yep.
consoles, and that was impressive. That was really impressive. And even the like Quantum Break, like that was supposed to be a time release, I think, and they ended up bringing that out simultaneously with the PC.
Yeah.
And even though the launch wasn't very good, but that stuff happens. Let's talk about that. What do you guys think of like these bad PC launches?
Like Arkham Knight.
Yeah, like Arkham Knight, exactly.
Yes. Which was I don't. Would you play it on?
I played on the Xbox.
Okay.
Xbox One.
I actually played it on PC, and I had no issues with it.
Really?
Minus like when it would go to cutscene, it would kind of stretch it a little more because my monitor is a 21:9
Mm-hmm.
instead of 16:9.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, but yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
No problems?
no problems. I played the whole game without any problem.
Interesting.
Yeah, and obviously everyone else is like, "Oh my god, this is sucks."
yeah.
I'm like,
Cause it a
I am
riot.
sorry, but I love this game.
I
Interesting.
love it so much.
I have
I mean, did you guys have any problems on Xbox?
Xbox? No, but I didn't have any problems at all.
the only one I can say for sure is I had a coworker who big PC gamer, builds his own PCs every time. And he said his experience with Arkham Knight was atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. He said he can maybe get 10 minutes of gameplay, crash.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, he can get 10 minutes of gameplay in, then a crash. 10 minutes gameplay, crash. He says when he's lucky, he'll get a good half hour in. He's like, I gave up.
So I mean, what does that really do for that game, and then also like, I guess people who might be looking into getting a PC, or and then just PC people in general.
Yeah, because if you're not a PC gamer, you see something like that, maybe you were on the fence, and you're like, well, if they're not even going to take PC gaming seriously, why should I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why should I drop
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
when you think about investing money in a console, $300, controller, $50, games, $60, PCs, much more than that.
More.
More.
Twice, even 3 times a
Yeah.
console.
Yes.
So
And if, like you were saying, if the developers aren't taking it seriously for the PC release,
Mhm.
why would I even consider dropping that amount of money
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah.
Now, granted, I feel like we're seeing less of that now, which is good.
Yeah.
We're seeing that those PC trends, or at least the PC gaming or the PC games in general, being released with console releases. Maybe some of that has to deal with the fact that we have new tech coming out, and the tech in consoles is not exactly on par with PC, but it can at least hold a candle to it now.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
now you're seeing the PC games being taken a little bit more seriously because of that.
Yeah.
Well, 2 notable ones are PC exclusives, which we don't see a lot of, is actually XCOM 2 and Cliff Bleszinski's new
Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers, yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up PC releases because they are the ones that you can get the most power out of, Usually, you
Yeah.
know, usually you can PCs will will have a more powerful punch than, consoles obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you played the new Nathan Drake
No.
game?
Mm-mm.
You-
I don't have
you-
a PlayStation.
Oh.
Just Xbox. Xbox
Yeah.
PC.
Why'd you bring this guy?
Hey,
I'm just kidding, I'm kidding.
Xbox
He-
and PC.
As long as you got a PC, we're
He's got
good.
the
We're good.
PC.
Yeah, I try as I might. He has dug his heels in and will not do the PS.
I'm a
Yeah.
huge achievement whore, and so I've got such a high gamer score that I just can't divide my time onto PlayStation. I'm like, I don't have anything on this, but I have like 70,000 gamer scores, so I'm just gonna add to that.
Well, you
Alright.
you actually bring up a good point, because like, why get a PS4 over Xbox One when most of them are just cross-platform to begin with?
Yeah.
I got the PlayStation 4 thinking it would be
Game exclusives
Yes.
More
everywhere.
exclusives,
Yes,
yeah.
no.
It hasn't happened as much.
That is not the case anymore.
No.
Ratchet and Clank, that's about it.
Which
The Uncharted series.
Yeah.
Which
But-
which I would really like to play. I've heard nothing but amazing things.
Oh
about
yeah.
the series.
Oh, having played all of them except for the most recent one, just the Uncharted series, just as a standalone game, not even looking at it from a console perspective. It's incredible. It's an incredible experience, and I'm sad you can't play it.
It's okay though.
I'm sad you can't play XCOM 2.
Then we're sad for each other.
That's a sad predicament for the both
yes,
of you
it
guys.
is.
Yeah.
Which I
Anyway,
haven't played XCOM
Back to
2, but-
PCs.
Yeah. So back on a PC. So, I mean, what do you guys think it is about PCs that's been making it rise so much? Some ideas I was thinking of is price of games, the huge library, dependence, like there is no dependence to device, stuff like that, graphics. Like, what do you think is the biggest pull for people?
For me, I will just jump right out and say it. I feel like the PC world is just the biggest Swiss Army knife. The utility of being able to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You have so much you can do with a PC nowadays.
Yeah.
It can literally become your home entertainment system. Movies, music, TV shows, games, photo, any of it whatsoever, the PC can handle.
Yeah, I mean, my PC is pretty much the only thing I use every single day.
Yeah.
Like there's days I don't turn my Xbox on it or TV on at all, but I use my PC every single day.
I think this is why I was listening to a podcast about this very thing. Like, PCs are awesome because it's so versatile.
Yep.
You can build a decent. I mean, you could build something that's on the same lines as like a console for like $700, $800, which is still a lot of more money. But I mean, you're on it all the time.
All the time.
You can watch all these things on it. You don't have to get an Xbox. I mean, you can surf it.
Mhm.
I don't know if Xbox you can surf the internet.
Yeah, you can, but it's garbage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So
like
is
a
the
PlayStation,
PlayStation.
it's garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's freaking garbage.
You could on both, but it's garbage.
Yeah.
They're trying to be the all-in-one exclusive device that you get this and you're good to go. But it's like, no, like a PC can be faster. You can do so much more. You can have tabs open.
Yeah.
It's just like, if people figure that out now, like drop $700 now, but then like in 3 to 5 years, you're gonna have this. I mean, even 10 years, depending on how you build it. You know, when the console cycle life is like 10 years, maybe
And
less
then
than that.
And then you're just replacing parts of it. Like,
Exactly.
Okay, now I'm going to upgrade this or get a new graphics card
Exactly.
or whatever. And it's much more of an investment than a console because your console has a shelf life.
Yeah.
It will be no longer relevant at some point.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Which is always just like that looming ticking clock.
Yeah.
Anytime you're a gamer or the developer, when you look at shit, we've got some great IP. Do I want to wait to release this right now? Do I want to release this right now when this console's probably on its last leg?
Yeah.
I know they had some huge issues with that when they were trying to decide if Gears of War 3 was going to be on Xbox 360 or if it was going to be if it was going to go on Xbox One. Huge debate about that. And
Yeah.
I remember specifically an interview Cliff Bleszinski was like, it was one of the hardest decisions he ever had to make
Wow.
was to push it, make sure it was on 360. I think it was because he wanted as many people to play it as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're one of the audience that just wasn't there yet.
Yeah,
But if you release on the PC, the audience is always going to be there,
absolutely.
which is really nice.
Which, and I think is another point to this is, recently, within the last couple of months, we've heard both platforms talk about cross-platform play. And not
Yeah.
only that, cross-platform to PC play.
yeah.
So these multiplayer games are going to be opened up. The floodgates are now just going to be slammed open, and we're going to have people playing with each other from all over, from all platforms, from all different angles.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I like that or not. Not saying I don't like it. It's so new, but at the same time, it's like it's cool that you have an Xbox and I have a PC or whatever. I guess, but it's not PC or it's not Xbox PS4 yet, is it?
No.
Okay.
They're in talks for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of weird.
I think that
I guess it's part of the console war. It's just kind of like, no, you stay over there on that side of the
Yeah.
fence. I know Devin's like, oh, fuck that.
I hate it. I hate anytime I hear the word console wars, I get pissed.
It's going to be
But I
hard.
think each console has its own limitations, and if you play cross-platform, those limitations might give you an advantage.
Yeah.
In some respects, I don't know.
Well, that's the biggest argument
Maybe.
with cross-play between PC and console. Is that a lot of people, especially on first-person shooters, don't want it to happen because they think there's an advantage with the mouse and keyboard versus having a
Oh,
controller.
most
And,
definitely.
and if you
I
just have
mean-
like a souped up PC and you're
Oh
just
yeah,
you got everything
frame rates
running
are
way
so
faster.
high. Yeah,
Mhm.
like what was that game that they just
My frames
announced
per
that had
second alone.
15?
Yeah.
Dominate you in your tiny little console.
There was a game that just came out, wasn't it? Was it the Fallout one or something that had like super low frame rates on PS4? Like it was just super
it was,
bad.
Yeah, it was Fallout 4.
Yeah, like 15 frames per second, and it was insane. But on PC, you have a little bit more control over that. I mean, obviously, if the game's not well optimized, then it's not going to happen. But I mean, you can control that by beefing up your system. And consoles, you don't have that ability. You're just stuck with what you got. One of the things that I'd noticed is like the biggest benefit for me is just the massive library of content that you have, because
Yeah.
you don't, like with PS4 and Xbox One, they're having to add backwards compatibility to their consoles
Yeah.
to make it go back.
Costs more money, takes more time.
Yeah.
You have to pull resources away from one aspect of,
Mm-hmm.
the Xbox's UI, which I absolutely hate.
Oh, I do too. So bad. But
So, which I don't know what's going on with that.
No, it's still garbage.
I know they like try to
Okay,
fix it
good.
here and there. Didn't they get someone else put on to like head up that whole
I don't know, but it's I don't know. I don't. I spend as little amount of time in it as I can. I just
gotcha.
want to play my game.
yeah.
I don't want to spend any time on your
just
Yeah.
stupid dashboard.
disc in.
Do you ever buy
Oh
buy
my
any
God.
games off of it? Like do you ever buy anything like digitally?
I'll look at every now and then. I'll look at like the deals for gold or games for gold.
Yeah.
And so I'll a lot of times because I had to buy an external hard drive for it because the 500 gigs fills up so fast because now you have to
Yeah.
you have to download every game that you put in there.
Well,
Yeah.
so what was it? Nathan Drake alone had its launch download was 5 gigs.
Yeah. It was nuts.
Like, what?
Yeah.
5 gigs when I first get the damn game? Really?
So
And
bad.
then just loading your game, like I think The Witcher 3 was like 40 gigs, just
Yeah.
taking up space on your if you wanted to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And so those 500 gigs just disappear so fast. And so I bought a 5 terabyte hard drive,
Nice.
so I never have to freaking worry about that again.
That is awesome.
And so,
Well, that's one smart thing they did compared to the last consoles. Well,
Yeah.
I guess you could kind of put it, plug in the USB drive or
oh,
something.
Yeah.
the 360,
Yeah.
yeah, that if you wanted extra space, that was just janky as hell.
Yeah, it wasn't as good
it
as
was
it is
not
now.
seamless. Like the Xbox One at least is seamless with the way that they have
Yeah,
the
you
external
just-
hard drive.
You just plug your USB in, and
And PlayStation does that too.
Uh,
You can install a new hard
Plug
drive.
it in, format it to move your games back and forth. Done.
Yep.
It's set.
But with all that space, so I'll just download pretty much any game that's free.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I'll look through the deals, and if there's deals, I'll sometimes get them, but most of the time they're just not even that good. They try to make them look good by putting the full price that it was released on,
Yeah.
and then slashing through
It
it.
was $60, and
Yeah.
now it's
Yeah, but it came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
it was not.
But it's
$60.
so awesome.
Yeah.
it's
So-
$30.
Assassin's
awesome.
Creed Black Flag is now $40. I can go to GameStop and get it for 10.
My friend has it. I'll just borrow it.
Yeah, that's about it.
But I'm always on the Steam summer sale. Like
Oh,
it's
God.
just.
Yeah.
I mean, the Steam was. I would say Steam was probably the reason I first got into PC gaming, because I remember back in college there was a day where I saw on like IGN or something that they were giving away Portal for free. I was like, oh, I've never played Portal. I'll download Steam and then download Portal for free. And so I played Portal, and then I was like, what is this Steam thing? And then so I started looking through Steam, and like, oh, there's so many games, they're so cheap. Oh,
It's so nuts, and it's the library.
Where did
just
all my
keeps
money
on
go?
bigger.
yeah, it's just.
I was going
disappeared.
to eat today. Nah.
Not anymore. You're
Not anymore, you're not.
I'll just eat my game.
And that's the thing that PC has. It's great. It's like you just get for pennies on the dollar
Yeah.
all these awesome games that you've always wanted to play. Which, for $2 I can play a 5-year-old game or something like that, and it's just like, well, if I didn't play it, it was
Yeah.
$2.
Yeah, no big
Or if
deal.
I didn't like it, I'll just
I like how
delete it.
Steam has saved so much money on marketing just because of like when it rumors that it's going to have its Steam sell out. The gaming community just takes
this-
care of the rest.
it's
We're
hype.
always, did you hear the Steam sale's about to come out? What do you think it's going to be? How many games are you going to get? I'm going to buy all of them. I'm going
The
to buy
hype
all of
is
them.
palpable.
Yeah.
I remember last summer I downloaded the Steam app on my phone because I had to work a security shift that day, and so I was sitting there the whole day like watching because they were having flash sales like every 2 hours.
I'll buy that.
And I was like, okay, download that. And so I'd be buying stuff on my phone.
Just so you could get home and
Just
like,
to make
start
sure I had
filtering
it.
through games. My
Yeah.
God.
Well, now you can just download them and install them right then and there off your phone, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And PlayStation does that too. I don't know if Xbox does that. Does Xbox even have an iPhone app or anything?
Yeah.
Well, it's got the
Xbox Glass.
Xbox Glass.
What? That's lame.
Yeah.
It does something.
Yeah.
It does something.
It fills up space on your phone.
Yeah, I think it uninstalled that a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think about you mentioned it. I think the only thing I used my Xbox Glass app to do, I've used it to do two things. I still have it actually. Smart Glass. It's called Smart Glass.
Smart Glass.
Smart Glass. I've done two things to it. Well, it crashed.
Hey guys,
And there you
Microsoft
go.
works.
There you go. What happened to them?
And it crashed.
Okay. Well, I remember the two
jeez.
things.
And it's gone.
And it's gone. Okay. I remember doing two things with it. I used it to add some friends who were trying to find me, and I wasn't near my Xbox to find them or do the friend request thing. And this is going to be even worse. But I used it to purchase Dark Souls because you couldn't go on the Xbox One and purchase Dark Souls. You had to go online and purchase it, and then it would download to your console.
It sounds like Destiny when you have to like access the Grimoire cards online.
Yeah, it was
So bad.
because I remember like doing that. I was like searching on my Xbox One. I was like, how the fuck go online and purchase?
But I want to do it here.
I'm right here.
Just let me give you my money.
But PC gaming is on the rise, I swear.
But
I swear.
But the point with that being that freaking Steam and PC sales. What do I want?
Bam.
Got it.
Bam.
Yeah.
It's downloading now.
It is
I
downloading
didn't have
now.
to jump through any freaking hoops to get it.
You have like that huge grid that shows you like the top 50 on sale games. You're just like, yep, click, 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 check out.
It just makes things
Done.
it's so user friendly.
It is, and that's what kills me about it. Is I sit there looking on and just envy, just looking at Steam website, going, I want to get that game.
I want to play.
I want to play that. I don't have a PC.
And your
What's
friend's
even
like,
worse now for me is like, I want to get a PC so bad, but I also look at my apartment going, where the hell would I play?
So if you log on to like an Xbox or a PlayStation right now, they're gonna have probably 0 sales. I just logged on to Steam, and you can get The Witcher 3 for $25. You can get
Which
Ark
everyone should
for
do
$20
because it's an amazing game.
You can get The Witcher 3 game plus the expansion pass for $48, and you can get Fallout 4 for $40. So there's all those sales right now happening.
At the time we're recording this, we are actually 10 days away from Witcher 3's DLC.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yeah, we
Oh
are.
my god.
Oh yeah, by the way, that's coming out.
I'm so excited for that game.
Blood and wine.
Did
Blood
you
and
hear how
wine.
many extra hours of content they're adding?
I don't know if I heard the hour number.
We talked about
30 hours.
I'll knock that out in a weekend.
90 quests.
Oh man, that's awesome. I can't do that. I
Oh.
wish I could.
I won't leave my chair.
That's good.
Me and you are going to be great friends.
I love Witcher 3 is my favorite game of all time.
I just started again just so I can play through it, get ready for this.
So good.
it's magical.
It is one of the
Did you at least
greatest
beat it?
stories. Oh, I beat the shit out
Okay,
of it.
good.
Yeah.
It's like everyone else I talked to, they're
I
like,
fought and cried through that entire story. Siri, I love you.
Are you okay? Oh man.
oh my god, you're killing him over there.
I played an hour and a half of it.
Oh God, shut the fuck up.
Now he hates me. Everybody hates me. Oh, I've succeeded.
Because you're a fucking casual.
I am a casual gamer. That's what this podcast is all about. Okay. It's all
It
about
is.
casual gaming.
This it is.
Hey, look, I can see my hand moving. What?
All right.
Anyway.
Now I hate you.
Yeah.
So that's what's so great about Steam just PC gaming in general is that
Yeah.
there's a Steam platform that lets you just get anything you want at any time. I mean, there's games for everybody. Like I'm looking at the top list right now, top sellers. Number 1 is Total War Warhammer, which is an RTS game. Number 2 is Doom, which is an FPS. Number 3 is The Witcher 3, which is an RPG. Number 4 is Fallout 4 Far Harbor. Then you have Ark Survival Evolved, which is a survival game. Stellaris, which is like they call it a 4X strategy game. I mean, that's like 6 completely different genres right there at the
All
top
of
the
which
list.
instant gratification.
Oh, yeah.
I've
Yeah.
purchased it. I have it. It's mine forever.
Yep.
Which is dangerous too at the same
So
time.
dangerous.
It is. It is a little bit.
My library is so big. I have like 250 games in there.
That you've never played.
Yeah. No, actually, about 70 that I've never played.
Okay.
And then that's about how it comes out. But it doesn't matter because I bought Tomb Raider.
But if you want
all
to,
of
they're
them.
there.
Exactly. I bought all the Tomb Raiders for like $15.
And they're not taking up space.
Yeah, they're just ready to go whenever I want
All
to
them discs.
unleash.
All them discs.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it's fascinating. But the other thing is, I mean, the price is huge. But let's talk about the graphics for a little bit. Like, I mean, how
Yeah.
big are graphics for you guys in games?
Big.
Okay, we're polar opposites.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can play a game that's 8-bit and still have the same experience. That's not huge to me. Now, don't get me wrong. When I see a pretty game, like especially like we've mentioned this before, the times you showed me that amazing mods for Skyrim, I'm just like looking at the environment, just gobsmacked, just.
When you get your computer and you first turn it on, your first 4K game, you might just be.
I
sitting there for a
might
while.
seriously, I might just sit there for a while and just stare.
Tomb Raider in 4K, it just looks.
so good.
You don't even know, man.
You don't
You
even
thought Skyrim
know.
was good.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
But graphics, I mean, if they're not huge for me, but by no means if they hurt it. Like if a game's really solid graphics, hell yeah.
Yeah. I think the existence of PC gaming helps to push the entire industry forward with making sure that they keep excelling at making good-looking games. Because if it wasn't for PC gaming, the PS4 wouldn't be bringing out a PS Neo console, and Xbox wouldn't be working on an advanced version of their console because they know that they got to keep up, and that's just how it's got to be. But
I mean, there's the argument that console gaming is hindering the exponential growth of graphics for PCs.
yes, which
And
may be a good thing, but it may be a bad thing.
I mean, we're
Like-
growing pretty damn fast now with VR.
Oh yeah.
Like in the new 1080 that just came out. Did you hear about that?
No.
The new GTX 1080. What kind of graphics card do you have?
That's a good question.
I like your answer.
Where am I right now? This must be the Twilight Zone.
But here's the thing, it's okay. You don't have to know what
No,
your
it's
graphic
not
card
okay,
is.
Brett.
I'm just saying.
Not okay.
As long as he's playing PC
No!
gaming.
Gotta know your specs.
Yeah.
It's like
You said that with such confidence. It's an excellent question. How very politician
it's
of
like
you.
it's like credentials. Let me see your ID type of thing.
I've taught him well.
You gotta.
I've taught him
I'll
well.
figure it out.
You okay?
Just go to
Is
your
it a
start
Radeon?
menu.
Is it an Nvidia?
NVIDIA.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
What do
Just
you
go-
run your
just go to
graphics
your
on?
start
Like,
menu, go
when
to
you go-
DX Diag, type that in. You got everything you need.
There you go.
We're on the trail. Do you run your graphics at like high or ultra high or
I mean, it
medium?
depends on the game, too. I don't know. I just
I-
press start.
I tell the game to auto find the graphics setting.
I got you.
There you go.
He's so disappointed in you right
I
now.
play on the PC, but I'm not a master race
But see,
gamer.
that's what's so great is that they make it accessible to those that are used to the consoles. Like, you can come in there, you can auto-detect, and you have a good experience. You get to enjoy all the greatness of a PC, but you don't have to mess with the settings. I mean, you should, but you don't have to.
I
It's
mean, you're
great.
dirty casual if you
Yeah.
don't, but
I mean, I'm a setting whore. I'll be there for hours, just like. Does that
I mean,
work?
this is the
Does
guy
that
that like
work?
mods
Does
the
that
shit out
work?
of
Does that work?
Fallout, and
Does that
so
work?
like his
Yeah.
FPS is like 20.
Yes, and then I'm like, why isn't this working? All right, start over.
And then he starts his game to get ready for the DLC, and he's like, "Oh shit,
It
my
keeps
game
crashing.
doesn't work."
Yes, JP, I will be doing the exact same thing when I start PC. Like, thank you, Austin, so much for building this amazing PC.
Why are you running on low? It was on auto.
I just hit the button and it started doing stuff.
yeah, I play games.
I will get you websites immediately.
Okay, we'll
So
pump
you-
it up.
Yeah.
Oh, Austin, did I tell you I
Yes.
met the designer of PCPartPicker.com?
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Where?
he designed the website. It was at that conference I went to a couple weeks ago,
No
the Squares
way.
conference. Yeah, he's a super cool dude.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he was giving a talk about how he got into that industry, and he was like, he's not like a hardcore gamer guy, but he
Mhm.
was talking about how they had to first commit, because he said those people that were on that website are obviously, they don't really care as much about design, they just want to work the way they're used to it working. So he was trying to change it to make it better without like upsetting this hardcore community of people that will be very vocal if it's not good. And so he's the one that designed the latest like interface of the entire platform. But he's like the design lead on the team.
Nice. We did a good job.
Yeah, he
I
did
wish
a
I
good
could
job.
told him that.
Yeah, I actually don't like the website as much as I want. I tried using it the other day and I was like, I can't do this.
Do
Doesn't
what
work for me?
You can do everything.
Yeah, but it's just the interface it's not good enough yet. Needs more work. It's just there's so much information there, and I want it.
All right, you
I
make
want
it.
pictures.
You make a website.
I will make a website
I
like
want
that.
pictures.
I want more pictures.
Most have pictures. Oh, you're talking about what you're looking at? Okay, you just got to know what you're looking for.
Well, I always know what I'm looking for.
Apparently not, because it's all right there.
I taught you how to do this stuff, so
And look at me now.
Okay,
You create a monster, Brett.
I know. No, it's just a weird thing. It's like this list. I mean, look at that. There's no pictures there. I mean, there's obviously probably a setting somewhere to change it, but there's no pictures.
Moving on.
I want pictures. I want graphics to show me the differences between these things. That's important.
You want graphs.
Yeah, I don't want a bunch of numbers. You know, I want accessibility.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's my thought process on that. But Newegg gives me that. It's great. I buy off of Newegg. Those of you that don't know,
What
go to
just
Newegg.
happened?
It's great.
You went on a rant about PC part pick.
I don't even know what the hell I went around about. So PC gaming, it's great.
Yes.
And it's awesome, and it's the future. Speaking of the future, what do you think the future of PC gaming is? Do you think it's going to get easier, more accessible? Do you think we're going to have? Do you think it's going to move faster? Do you think it's like what do you see happening with the future of PC gaming, especially since current VR headsets, other than the PlayStation VR, require a PC to play, a high-end PC. Talk.
Are you drinking
No.
moonshine?
Yeah, I know.
Go.
I was just trying to figure out if you were drinking moonshine.
No, it was not.
I wish.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Still early in the day, so.
That's fair.
I personally would like to see it become more, or at least easily accessible. Because, and I mean, PC gaming, as we mentioned earlier, is more expensive. And not that that's a bad thing. I mean, you get exactly what you pay for with every, you know, penny for pound. You're getting the highest end as far as the gaming experience.
Yeah.
I would like to maybe see a little bit extra chopped off on that price point there, just so I could get into a little bit easier. I mean, it's not cheap, and it's investment. So,
luckily, there are a lot of kind of off-brandy parts that you can get to kind of, lower your prices, but at the same time, as a trade-off.
yeah.
It could work, it could not. I mean, just with any hardware, it could work, could not work. But
Yeah.
more so on that side.
The really nice thing
Go ahead.
about it is if you spend $750 on a PC, you can get a pretty good PC that'll run games at high graphics. I mean, you may need a few extra components, but on average, $700-800, you can get a decent PC that'll run pretty well. And then whenever you upgrade, chances are you can keep that case, you can keep some of those, you can keep that hard drive, you can keep that. I have a hard drive on my computer that I've had for like 7 years, and it stores all my games, and it works fine. So like, I have one hard drive that lasts me 12 years. So there's certain components, and like CD drive. I mean, I don't have a CD drive anymore, but you can there's certain components that will stick with you for a very long time, and other components, like the main components you got to change are the motherboard, the graphic card, and the processor, and beyond that, and then the RAM every once in a while. The RAM can last you a long time because like 16 gigs of RAM is like the standard now, but that's gonna be here for another 3 or 4 years probably, and then it's gonna get cheaper and cheaper because 16 gigs of RAM is like $100, so that's not bad.
Like 70.
Well, yeah, now it's 70.
80.
It's gone down a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's really cool that you can. I mean, it's always going to get cheaper. Everything's going to get cheaper. Like the cards, these GTX 1080s, by the end of the year, they're probably going to be $250. So, or like within
not
a
that
year.
low, but they're going to be pretty cheap. Well, okay,
I
you're
bet
saying
you
the
they will be.
1070s. Yeah.
I bet you they
I
will
see
be.
what
Yeah, the one
300,
that's
I can see
300 or
300.
whatever, it's going to be down to
Yeah.
like 250. Because they'll come out with something else, I'm sure.
Is that you?
What?
Nothing.
I think
ahead.
he thought somebody farted.
I can.
Is that what you thought?
Yeah, but I didn't want to say it.
I don't care. It's a live stream. We gotta tell people that aren't watching us that that's
didn't
what's
even know
happening.
We're
that.
talking about PC gaming and flatulence.
It's okay.
Back to
You
your
gotta make it
point
funny,
that I
man.
rudely interrupted.
No, it's wait. And the other thing I want to see is, I mean, if PC gaming wants to become more prominent across the genre of gamers, this is gonna sound so condescending too. It's gonna have to get out of its own ass.
In what way?
And by that I mean like,
This guy making fun of
I-
people
I hate-
for.
I mean, are you looking at me directly? Get out of your ass, Austin.
maybe. But I mean, no offense meant to really anybody, but again, with the console wars, the PC people are kind of the same way when it comes to like, we're the master race, and it's like, look, man, I just want to play my game and have a good time and have fun. And I feel like a dick if I'm like, well, I have an Xbox. Pleb. All right, well, I guess I'll be a pleb and have fun with my friends.
See, I don't think that. I appreciate that you're playing games. That's what's important.
So
You can
sorry,
find me
Brett.
online at
Exit, Brett. Exit. No, it's the same with Dark Souls, and I've said this to you before. You make that PC, and it's like, I struggled to get here. I saved the money, and now look at this beast I have created. It's just fucking phenomenal 4K graphics, and you're over there just playing, PlayStation 4 or whatever. I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but it's just like there's that sense of pride of like, I got there, I achieved it.
Yeah.
You can too if you want to, but not everyone can because obviously price point and time and knowledge and
Some people just don't want to take the time out to build a PC.
Yeah,
and
no.
that's fine.
That's
like,
daunting. No,
like
I
we-
will
we-
say that is daunting. I know plenty
It
of people
is.
who have built PCs. Me and JP both have known people who've built PCs, and like just hearing them talk about what they've put into it and
Yeah.
like the construction, the shopping, the piecing it all together. Like it is a daunting task to try to piece all that crap together.
I mean, even if you start from scratch and like just look up online how to do it, you're gonna have questions and problems. If you don't have somebody that you can turn to that can help you with that, you're gonna struggle and fail at it.
you're
Like
gonna be
it's
like
just not gonna
Travis when he
work.
tries to just access his phone.
Yeah, because it's not. I mean, once you do it, it makes sense.
a real
'cause
thing.
all the pieces are meant to fit together, but you have to take time and care into doing it, and you got to make sure that the parts that you buy are the right parts that
Yeah.
are compatible with one another. Because you're always there, and it's easy to get parts that don't work well together, or just not knowing that you have to have the right socket type to match the processor and the right kind of RAM to fit into that motherboard, and like there's certain details you got to know.
Which RAM works better than
Yeah,
this one?
so
Reliability. There's just so many factors.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't want to do that, and that's why I think buying a pre-built one, as long as you buy it from a good source where they build good PCs, like it's fine. Like Megan Plays was on, and she was like, I don't want to spend time on that. So she said, I just went and bought it off of a website, and it's a
That's
badass
why I have
PC.
Austin building mine for me, and I'll just be like, just tell me what the number on the check line needs to be.
How much is this gonna hurt?
How much is this gonna hurt? Because I don't want to do what you're doing.
Well,
Yeah.
See, I used to have Brett. He built one of my first gaming PCs, if not the first gaming PC.
Yeah.
And, he's busy as hell. He doesn't have time to build me another one. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start researching. It took me 6 months, if not a little bit longer, to really get a grasp of the market and what's out there and what things can do before I was like, okay, I know exactly what I need, exactly how I want to build it and what it's going to give me. So
Yeah.
it just takes fucking time. It just sucks.
And it always changes because I've been building PCs for 10, 12 years now.
Jesus.
And like in those 12 years, like it's insane how much things have changed. Like they're way better, like so much better than they used to. Like I built PCs back in the day, and I'd have to tear that thing apart like so many times to get it to do what I wanted it to do. And there was so much trial and error, and I would get the blue screen of death like on the regular. I was like, what the hell is happening? And it turns out like my freaking memory card wasn't slotted right, or my memory stick wasn't like slotted properly, or the jumper was in the wrong place, and like all these little things that just are insane. So
Yeah.
I'd say, I mean, the good thing is there's so many good, well-built, well-grounded companies that build badass PCs now for good prices.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to do. Just go out and get them.
So question, I guess more towards you since you kind of already have one. But what's something that PCs could really market that would help sell them as a gaming device, let alone an already all-around device. I mean, you can just go to Apple and buy a laptop or one of their desktops, and it's like it's fast, it works. You have someone to turn to if it fucks up, and I mean, you can actually play some decent games on that.
I think maybe what you were just the point you were just making was the like gaming PC to go, not having to spend 6 months figuring out how to build it.
Yeah.
Just be like, because most people nowadays, me included, are just super lazy, and you just want to be like, oh, I don't want to do all that work. You tell me what I need, and I'll give you money for it.
Exactly. The accessibility to get a good PC for games, good gaming PC. I want that quick, and I want it at a good price point.
And even if even the price point, like people will pay extra
Yeah.
for not having to work. I know. I mean, fast food's an entire industry on that.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
you don't if you cannot put the work in, a lot of people will pay money for that.
I order from a website an app that will ship me alcohol, so I don't have to go to the liquor store.
Exactly.
And it costs an extra $5, but I'm like, I don't want to go.
But
do
that's
it.
fine.
I don't want to go to the. I don't want to go to the liquor
Yeah.
store.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I see
Yeah.
the people who go into liquor stores. I don't want to be those people.
Yeah.
I'm streaming right now. I need booze. I
Yeah.
can't leave.
Send me booze.
So Steam's been trying to do a good thing again because they've already built the platform, and the
Yeah.
platform's fantastic. And then they brought out the Steam Link, and they started working on Steam boxes. So they were
The Steam
like,
machines.
the
Yeah.
Steam machines that are pre-built PCs that are meant to play it. And that hasn't been as successful as it could have been.
Yeah.
But they did bring out the Steam Link, which I don't use that much because I don't.
Controller
like-
sucks, right?
The controller sucks, but I can put my PlayStation controller into it. I just don't use it because we share the
Get it,
living
just
room,
immediately
and I don't want to
throw
be
that
out here
shit
playing
away.
games. Like
Plug mine in.
Yeah.
That's better.
it's I'd rather if you're out here watching TV, like I don't want to interrupt what you're doing, so I go back there to play. So I don't really use it that much because this is like a shared TV space. But typically, I have that ability where I can just plug that in, plug a console into it, and it links to my PC and just pulls up the library, and it's got its own interface that's built for.
It's got like a
It's
makeshift
like a
console.
console-like interface.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's great. And I was playing it one day, and it worked out really well. But that was the first version, so it's only going to get better. It's $100, and it links your PC to your TV essentially through the internet, and makes it like a console. So consoles are struggling. Yeah. Sorry, consoles.
Do you guys think consoles are struggling right now?
No.
Yeah, they're not, but
Not at all. Not at all. Because they have such a huge community. The console has been around for longer than I've been alive.
yeah.
It's a 30-plus year industry.
So what do you think of the new PlayStation coming out?
The
I don't know
Neo.
much about that. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. It is a console that's coming out in October, and it's going to be roughly 2.25 times better graphics. And it's going to release, and all games starting in October are going to be required to come out as designed for both the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Neo, or whatever they end up calling it. And it's essentially just going to give you better specs and better graphics. So
Okay.
you'll have an option in your game where you can turn on a setting just like you can on your PC and switch up to the high graphics versus
Yeah.
low graphics if you have that PlayStation console. So,
Okay, so it's just like a leveled up version.
yeah, and they designed it around because they're bringing out the VR headset, so they want to have a better, beefier system
Okay.
for that VR component that's going to be coming out. Because I think the PlayStation 4 is probably not going to be the optimal thing
no.
for the PSVR.
So it's like
So.
PlayStation 4.5.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. That's what they kinda
Exactly.
named
We
it.
made
Yeah.
the joke about the iPhone being the PlayStation 4 Plus.
Yeah.
Even
Yep.
bigger screen.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. That's happening. So I think that's
So is that gonna kill? Because usually you buy a console and it's like, okay, I can have this for at least 5 to 10 years, and then I can save some money and get the new one with all the new games. It's like, I just had one.
Yeah, is this gonna make the console shelf life even shorter now?
yes,
That's a good point.
it will.
Because that's kind of setting a shitty precedent. Is like, all right, now we're not only going to come out with a new console every how many years, but if you want to keep up with the graphics, you're going to have to buy another one in half the amount of time to the next console. So it's like you're cutting in half the amount of time you have to get a new console every freaking couple years.
I think what they're gonna do with it is they're gonna treat it a lot like if you have an iPhone or a Samsung or any kind of phone. Like, you have the phone, you have the software with it. They bring out a new phone, the old software still works with it, right?
Yeah.
But the new phone is better and faster and does more stuff, but you still use that same software. So I think that's what PlayStation specifically is trying to do, is that same ability where the software is going to stay the same, and then they're just going to reiterate and update that software so that regardless of what console you're running on, that same software is going to manage that console. But if you have the better console, you're going to get the better experience on the games. So it sucks for the developers, though, because now they have to work harder to make sure they accommodate a larger
You're
number
talking
of
about
devices.
like really doubling back on all the work that you've just done on a game and the gaming experience.
Yeah, it's going to be more like a PC, like having to develop for a PC now, because with PC's development, you have to develop for every possible computer combination that exists out there from low to high. And now with this opening up, now you're going to be like, okay, well, now I have to develop for 2, and then eventually it might be 3 different consoles, and then eventually 4, leaves more room for error.
Yeah.
So that'll be, we may see some botched console
I worry
releases at
about
some
that,
point.
Yeah.
Well, what could kill the PC gaming experience is if they make modular consoles. Like,
Oh yeah.
here's the base model for this much money, but hey, you can take off the back part and then install a better graphics card.
Hell, they
that's
kind
a
of
little
did
bigger
that.
with the.
They kind of did that with the PlayStation 3 when they were like, "All right, here's your PlayStation 3. You don't like the hard drive? Take it out. Put a bigger one in."
Yeah, which is nice.
Which was great.
I mean, just like you said, 500 gigs does not hold a lot.
No.
Especially when you don't have discs.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, well, then, I don't know, is it Xbox do this? So, like, when you install a disc into the PlayStation, it automatically downloads it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Witcher 3 literally takes up 40 gigs on my
God.
Xbox.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, that's just a
it was
huge
when I
amount of
downloaded
space.
that I was like, okay, I'm gonna need an external hard drive
I remember when
I'm
got
gonna
my,
need something to help me out.
because
with
I
this.
could have like 5 games on
Yeah.
my Xbox at any given time. But okay, which one is it gonna be the longest amount of time before I play again? I'm gonna uninstall that.
Yeah.
Right.
When I first got my Xbox One, I installed Halo 5, I installed Rock Band 4, and then I installed like 4 demos, and I used up 25% of my hard drive already. It's like, dang,
It
I've
goes
only had
fast.
this for like 3 hours.
So
it's
fast.
already gone.
It goes real fast.
Man.
It's fascinating.
And when that's what killed me is like when I bought my Xbox, I was like, oh man, the gig storage on this is huge. Download a couple updates. You have used 15%. Damn it.
Yeah, gig's not what it used to be.
Hell no.
What a,
Yeah.
what a way to look at it. Gig's not what it used to be.
Not even close.
I mean, I remember when most games weren't even a gig, and when they started
Yeah.
getting like 5 gigs, we're like, whoa, 5
Whoa,
gigs.
it's so big.
I remember, speaking of this whole PC gaming part of it, I remember when you could tell how good someone's PC was by how well they could run Crysis on it.
Oh yeah, well they still
my
do that.
Gosh, I love
Some people still
Crysis.
use that as
That
a
is a
benchmark.
that was a benchmark
That was
game.
a
It's like
serious
it's kind of like,
benchmark.
well, what do you got in your rig? What do you got? In I can run. I can overclock a Crysis up to 3 times speed, and like, oh my god.
Yeah. Now The Witcher is a big, and then the Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront's
Yeah.
a pretty good
Oh,
benchmark
yeah.
for that too.
Yeah.
Well, that game looks awesome anyway.
Yeah.
Like-
Which makes me so excited for Battlefield 1.
Oh man. You play Battlefront?
No, I wanted to, but I'm not a big multiplayer guy. I like campaigns,
Okay.
and so Battlefront came out, and they're like, no campaign. I was like,
So they
well,
said
no money.
the reason for that was because they were trying to meet
I
up
saw
with
that recently.
Yeah, the
they wanted
Force
it to
Awakens.
release before Force
Yeah.
Awakens came out,
So the new one's gonna have a campaign.
and I'll buy that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes out in 2017.
Yeah.
Even if it's like 3 hours
He
long.
doesn't really play multiplayer unless he's absolutely forced to, like he was in Destiny.
Or Division.
Or
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
you guys play
Well,
Division?
the Division,
It's
that was
just
a
got
different kind of
single player, too.
multiplayer.
We've talked
Like,
about this.
This is okay. If y'all have talked about
no,
it,
no,
I
no, no.
won't-
But
I won't
like,
reiterate it, but
yeah, reiterate it,
it
please.
is just
help
one
me
of the-
drive the point home.
it's just one of the coolest types of PvP I've ever experienced.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it is, in a good way, one of the most stressful things I've ever done in a game. Because the whole time you're just like, anytime you encounter another person, you're like, fuck, are you going to kill me? Please don't kill me. I've got stuff. You don't have stuff. We call them haves and have-nots. Someone who doesn't have anything is a have-not, and they want your stuff. So they want to have your stuff.
Because when you kill them, their stuff, your stuff becomes their stuff.
Yeah. And so, but it's just so cool, and you can form these alliances with people. But even then, you don't know if they're gonna backstab you later. But you meet up and you're like, all right, we want to extract. Do you guys want to extract? Okay, we're gonna extract. And then you start extracting, and you're just kind of both like staring at each other. Please don't shoot me. If you shoot me, I will fucking shoot you back.
So it's good then.
It's so cool. It was
the Dark Zone has been such a unique thing. I told you this.
I know you did.
It's a whole new take.
And I was
on
gonna
PvC.
buy it, and then I heard stuff saying it was bad, and I was like, should I buy it?
They're
I
wrong.
don't know if to buy it.
I would like to
Maybe.
try it.
We've had a blast doing Dark Zone.
You can run around with a group of people, and the cool thing is you can get janky with it, and you can like have bigger groups in the same world. If you like join in a group and then leave the group, they stay in the world, and then so you can have like two groups running around, and y'all aren't friends, but you can just not shoot each other.
Yeah, you're not in the same
And so you can
squad.
Yeah, you can have
but
more
you're
than
all still
4
in the same
people
world together.
hanging out.
Yeah.
It can get really cool. You can just run shit if you got that many people.
Hell yeah.
Because if you're running around by yourself and you see a group of people, you're just like, no, I'm
I'm just
no,
outta here.
they're gonna rape me and take everything.
That sounds good. Maybe I should get it.
I can't get over that story or
I
the
mean,
gameplay.
Nobody else has convinced me, but
Sorry.
JP's
Can't.
convinced me
It's not
Blood's boiling over here.
it's not for everyone.
When you put it that
but
way.
it's just
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna tell someone that they're gonna like something.
Do you guys
'Cause
have
you
the
don't know.
season pass?
But
I did, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I haven't gotten to play any of the incursions yet because our
Yeah,
friends
I
are
know.
garbage and they won't play anything with us.
They will not.
I'll play with you guys. Maybe.
We'll power level the shit out of you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
On
gonna
Xbox.
happen. Yeah.
I would do the Xbox if I have to. I'll
Cool.
take one for the team.
Meaning you should probably get it.
I can't. I just can't do it. I
Can't
made
do
up my mind a long time ago. I was gonna get it, but on PC.
Yeah, we were so excited about it. We were
And
like,
I was
"This is gonna
like,
be so good.
Nah, I guess I won't.
Yeah.
It's just I've heard bad things about it, and I was just like, yeah,
Everybody said the end game was terrible.
yeah.
They're like, this is just not
I'm
even
just
worth
afraid it's
playing
gonna
anymore.
Be another Destiny. I don't want that.
I think they're adding stuff pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think starting off the end game was pointless. Like there
Yeah.
was nothing to do except replay old missions at a harder difficulty.
Yeah.
Destiny?
Like Destiny.
I mean, even Destiny had raids. They didn't have raids
Mm.
until they came out with this first incursion, which is their version of a raid.
I gotcha.
And so as these DLCs keep dropping, they're going to come out with more incursions and missions and stuff. So I think their in-game is opening up,
Yeah.
but it definitely started out as just almost absent.
Has any of the season pass DLC come out yet? The underground one, has it
I don't
released
think
yet?
so. I think it's
Okay.
soon.
Well, it'll be cool. I might
Yeah.
have to get it. We'll
you
see.
probably should. Like
I
I've
just
been
I gotta
telling
wait
you
till I have
all.
time again, and then I can
Yes.
buy it. Yeah.
Heard that.
So I hope you guys are still playing.
Probably.
Okay.
I'll pick up any game that,
Yeah.
that I still have, and
Yeah.
and if it's a multiplayer game, I'll
We've always said with the
multiplayer,
co-op.
I don't like versus people. I love co-op.
Co-op.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
All
was my
about that
favorite.
co-op.
oh yeah.
So,
Always been about the co-op.
All right.
Cool.
Well, thanks everybody for watching.
Thank
Moobot and the Inner Gamercast. Thank you for tuning in.
Brett, I'm gonna kill you.
It's okay.
You couldn't have just
fine.
left it at the fact that whatever, never mind.
And everybody else that was in here, I was just announcing those two because those are us, and I think that's cool. We appreciate you guys listening to us.
Can I kill him now?
Why do you want to kill me? I'm trying to be funny, and it's funny. You're
At
laughing,
least
okay?
just wait until the next time
I
when I
just
get
made
to
you
stream
laugh.
D&D.
Laughing at my anger towards you.
Why would you? Why would you be angry? There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm Austin Morales.
I'm Brayton Oski. I'm done trying to be fun in this podcast. It's all serious from now on.
There we go.
Well, that wraps up the show. If you like what you heard, you can check us out at the helloattheinnergamer.net. We also have a myriad of from our website. You can check out all the social channels from theinnergamer.net. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We'll be twitching some stuff later. In fact, I'll be live streaming.
We're about to just switch this whole thing around and face you towards the living room where Devin is going to try VR for the first time.
First time VR. It's going to be awesome.
And Brett is fake choking.
It's going to be fake VR choking. You just look so pleased with
I
yourself.
know.
What the fuck, man?
Brett is never upset.
Strangulation.
It's funny.
Life never felt so good.
All right, well,
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening. Please leave us a like, review, whatever you can. Just hit us up at hellotheintergamer.net.
My name is Brett Noski. I didn't say that.
I'm Awesome Rouse.
I'm Devin
You
Dury.
guys already said your names.
Thanks, JP, for coming on
JP
again.
Lovin. That's me.
There it
But
is.
yeah, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
It was awesome.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back
VR.
in just one moment.